The Prince and the Flower Girl. Long ago, in a beautiful kingdom surrounded by green hills and shining rivers, there lived a poor girl named Lily. She was 18 years old and lived in a small wooden house with her grandmother. They did not have much money, but they worked hard and lived happily. Every morning, Lily woke up before sunrise and walked to the town market. There, she sold fresh flowers that she grew in her small garden. People loved buying flowers from Lily because she was kind, honest, and always greeted everyone with a warm smile. Even on difficult days, she never complained. She believed that kindness was more valuable than gold. Not far from the market stood a large royal palace where Prince Alexander lived. The prince was 24 years old and known throughout the kingdom for his intelligence and kindness. However, despite having everything a person could wish for, Alexander often felt lonely. Many people wanted to be near him because he was a prince, but very few cared about him as a person. He dreamed of meeting someone who would like him for who he truly was, not because of his title. One sunny morning, Alexander decided to leave the palace without his royal clothes. He wore simple clothing and walked through the town like an ordinary citizen. He wanted to experience life outside the palace walls. As he explored the busy market, he noticed a young woman arranging colorful flowers on a wooden table. Her smile was brighter than the morning sun. Curious, he walked closer. "How much is this flower?" he asked, pointing to a beautiful white rose. Lily looked up and smiled. "1 silver coin," she replied. Alexander paid for the flower and thanked her. Before leaving, he noticed an elderly woman struggling to carry a heavy basket nearby. Without hesitation, Lily rushed over and helped her. Alexander watched quietly. He was impressed by her kindness. During the following weeks, the prince returned to the market many times. Each visit gave him another reason to admire Lily. Sometimes he bought flowers. Sometimes he simply talked with her. They discussed books, dreams, and life in the kingdom. Lily believed he was just a kind young man named Alex. She had no idea he was the prince. As time passed, their friendship grew stronger. Alexander found himself thinking about Lily constantly. He looked forward to every conversation. For the first time in years, he felt completely comfortable with someone. Lily felt the same. She admired Alex's kindness and intelligence. He listened carefully when she spoke and always treated everyone with respect. One afternoon, while walking beside the river, Lily shared her biggest dream. "I would love to travel one day," she said. "I want to see mountains, forests, and places beyond this kingdom." Alexander smiled. "I think you will. You are brave enough to do anything." Lily laughed. "Maybe, but people like me do not often have great adventures." Alexander looked at her seriously. "Sometimes the greatest adventures find us." Meanwhile, inside the palace, the king and queen were becoming concerned. Prince Alexander had reached an age when many expected him to marry. Noble families from neighboring kingdoms constantly introduced their daughters to him. Yet, Alexander showed no interest. Finally, the queen asked him directly, "Is there someone else?" she said. Alexander hesitated before nodding. The queen smiled gently. "Then bring her here. We would like to meet her." A few days later, Alexander realized he could no longer hide the truth from Lily. He invited her to the royal gardens. When Lily arrived and saw palace guards greeting him with deep bows, her eyes widened in shock. "You're the prince?" she whispered. Alexander nodded. "I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I wanted you to know me before you knew my title." Lily felt confused and hurt. She had trusted him completely. "You should have told me," she said softly. Before Alexander could explain further, Lily turned and walked away. For several days, she refused to see him. Alexander felt miserable. He realized that keeping his identity secret had damaged the trust between them. One evening, he decided to visit her house. Standing outside her small garden, he apologized sincerely. "I never wanted to hurt you," he said. "I was afraid that if you knew I was a prince, everything would change." Lily looked into his eyes and saw honesty there. She understood his fear, because she had also been afraid. Afraid that someone from a palace could never truly care about someone from a simple village. Slowly, they began talking again. Their friendship returned, stronger than before. Soon, friendship turned into love. They spent more time together than ever. They walked through gardens, visited villages, and shared their hopes for the future. However, not everyone approved of their relationship. Some nobles believed a prince should only marry a princess from another royal family. They thought Lily was not worthy of becoming part of the royal family. Rumors spread throughout the kingdom. People whispered about the poor flower girl who had captured the prince's heart. When Alexander learned about these opinions, he became angry. "A person's worth is not measured by wealth or titles," he told the royal council. "Lily is kind, brave, and honest. Those qualities matter more than any crown." The king listened carefully. Over time, he came to admire Lily as well. She treated everyone with kindness, from servants to nobles. She never tried to change who she was. Eventually, the king realized that she possessed many qualities of a great queen. One year after they first met at the market, Alexander invited Lily to the place where their story began. The market was decorated with flowers. Musicians played cheerful songs while townspeople gathered around. Lily looked confused. Then Alexander stepped forward and took her hand. "The day I met you, I bought a flower," he said. "But what I truly found was happiness." Tears filled Lily's eyes. Alexander knelt and held out a beautiful ring. "Lily, will you marry me?" The crowd became silent. Lily smiled through her tears and nodded. "Yes," she whispered. Cheers filled the market. Months later, the kingdom celebrated a grand wedding. People traveled from distant lands to attend. Yet despite the beautiful palace, expensive decorations, and royal traditions, the happiest part of the day was simple. It was the way Alexander looked at Lily, and the way Lily looked at him. Their love had begun with a single flower and a simple conversation. Years later, King Alexander and Queen Lily ruled the kingdom together. They worked hard to help the people and improve life for everyone. Lily never forgot her humble beginnings. She continued planting flowers and helping those in need. Whenever people asked how a poor flower girl became a queen, she smiled and gave the same answer. A kind heart can open doors that money never can. And so, their story became one of the most beloved tales in the kingdom, reminding everyone that true love does not care about wealth, titles, or social status. It only cares about what is inside a person's heart.